Okay, need to tell you about my experience at Dillons tonight. It was not the best one that I have had. They have their 10 participating items going on right now. So if you buy 10 participating items, you save $5 off of your total. In other words, 50 cents on each item that you purchase. And I am a very careful shopper. I like to make my list ahead of time as close as I can, but still look for good deals in the store. So as I shop, I actually make tally marks on my paper, and I count and recount what's in my grocery cart. I try to organize it so I can find the things that are part of the participating items versus my other sale items that I'm purchasing. So I had 40 counted, but I'm never 100% sure. So I put my 40 items up at the cash register first, and then I put my extra items towards the back of the checkout so that I could ask the cashier to do a quick check on the receipt and make sure that it rang up correctly in case I needed to get rid of an item or go get an extra item to make all the prices work out the way they were supposed to. So she gets done and she goes to check for me, and she says I only have 30 participating items. And I said, well, I'm pretty sure I have 40. 30 would be pretty far off. Can you check and see what didn't ring up? Earlier, I had even had a gentleman back in the meat department do a price check and call up to the front desk for me to make sure that my silk pure almond was going to ring up because it wasn't marked according to the sale, even though it was in the ad. So she prints out the receipt, and according to her, everything has rung up as being part of the 10 participating items, except for the couple of creamers I had at the end and one or two other little things at the end. And I said, you're sure everything rung up? Because, you know, you really can't tell with Dillons the way they ring things up. It's really hard to tell because of their mysterious plus signs that mean this or that, and the way it rings up is full price on the right hand side, but then it shows savings, and then you get more savings below before you really get to the real price that you're paying. So I went on out to my van, took all my stuff. The poor people behind me were waiting forever because I had to go get 2 extra items, one of which I had a coupon for, one I had to pay the full 49 cents because I didn't want to get 3 of them. That would have thrown things off. Get out to the van and try to figure out what happened. Was I really that far off, or did something not ring up right? I may have been off by 1 item. I have yet to look at my coupon or my receipt one more time and make sure. But I definitely found that one of my Red Baron pizzas that's supposed to be $3 and some cents rang up as $6.99 and not one of the participating items. Now, here's another thing I do because I'm a careful shopper. When they have the frozen or the refrigerated items in a special area and marked as the sale, I try to take it right from there because they've been moved to that place as part of the sale, and that way I won't accidentally grab the wrong thing. Well, not the case with the Red Baron pizzas. Apparently, on the Red Baron pizzas, there is a deep dish pizza 4 cheese, and there's a regular 4 cheese. Now, I stand just under 5 foot tall, and the regular 4 cheese, later I found, was stacked up at about the 6 foot mark, at the very top of the refrigerated area, and the deep dish one was just right in the front. And the only price that's marked there is what's on the front of the door that tells about the sale. So I checked, came in, double checked. Definitely I didn't do anything wrong. I picked it from where I should have, and it should have been on sale. So I'm on my way to the service desk because I figured out what I think the problem is, and the cashier says, well, you'll have to come back tomorrow to get anything fixed or adjusted because there's nobody at the service desk tonight, and service has to take care of it. And I explained to her that I live about 15-20 minutes out of town. That would require an extra trip back to town and extra gas to do that. Plus my son has a music performance tomorrow night at school, so that makes it not possible anyway. So then she decided she could let me make the exchange. But I still had to buy an item that I didn't need with all of that. And so I got to the cash register, and it hit me. The gentleman at the meat stand had even reminded me that if my pure almond rang up wrong, I should get it for free because that's Dillons' policy. So I asked her, I said, you know, not to be a pain, but if things ring up wrong, aren't we supposed to get them free? Isn't that Dillons' policy? And she said, well, you have to catch it before you pay. It's the customer's job to catch it before they pay. And I said, well, technically I did catch it before I paid, but I didn't have a receipt to look at in my hand. You had the receipt. So I couldn't figure out exactly what the problem was, but I knew something didn't ring up right. And she said, well, you would have had to caught what it was. That's why you have to watch every price as it rings up. Well, it just so happens there was another cashier standing there with her. And she said, let me go check the policy really quick. So she went and actually read the policy because she knew where it was located, bless her heart, and came back and informed the cashier I was dealing with that I was correct. It should have been free because that's what the policy says. It doesn't say anything about having to catch it right at that moment or before you pay. And she proceeded to tell me about a conversation she'd had with some other employee or possibly manager, I don't know, and that's what they had told her, so that's the policy. And then she did offer to give me a refund. So I got a refund on my pizza. It worked out okay in the end because I'd used a coupon on the pizza, and she didn't deduct that from my refund. So I still got the $1 off, which made the extra tomatoes I had to buy that were 49 cents free. So in the end, it worked out okay, but I was not happy with my customer service. In fact, I was a little annoyed because I was correct the whole time, and people wanted me to drive out of my way to come back and fix something that Dillons had done wrong. So another day lived, another lesson learned, and next time I do my shopping, I will do it the other direction to the other town that's about the same distance to McPherson. Where every time I've had an issue, they bend over backwards to work with the customer and keep you happy and do what's right and follow their own policies. And hopefully the Salina Dillons will pick up on that, and I will stop in and talk to customer service at some point just so they're aware of what happened. And good luck shopping, but just know that if you go to some Dillons, they may tell you you have to catch every mistake yourself before you pay. So watch very carefully. Don't let them start ringing up your items until it's time, until you have them all up on the conveyor belt so that you can watch every item ring up and make sure it goes correctly. And I will actually give you a breakdown of my good deals a little later. It's my bedtime.